Right, gentlemen, let's discuss punishment beatings now. There's been an awful lot of them about, and indeed there's been the odd shooting. Jerry Adams, your influence is much needed to get Republican beatings and shootings stopped. Why has it not been stopped?
Well, I never told them to stop, that's why. And let me say, we have to police our own areas because we don't have the confidence in the RUC. And let me warn anybody who breaks the law in my estate, they will get a warning shot to the back of the head. We will not take any prisoners. And it's just up to the individual to behave himself.
Well, that's fair enough, but Mr. Adams, why are they still using bullets? Tell me this. Why are they shooting?
Well, Mr. Cole, battery-operated drills are very expensive to buy. And we don't have the luxury of having electric sockets attached to the entry walls, so the bullet comes into practice, and it's the only way to deal with them.
Right, well, that's fair enough. Sir Patrick Mayhew, well, I don't mean it's fair enough, don't get me wrong, but I personally do think it is wrong. But Sir Patrick Mayhew, are punishment beatings on the increase, or are they not?
Yes, unfortunately they are. And the problem is that people, or victims, may I say, often don't report these incidents to the RUC. Therefore, the perpetrators get away scot-free, and what they should do is come forward to the RUC and give them any necessary information they possibly can. And that way we can try and apprehend the culprits that are carrying out very vicious beatings indeed.
Right, well, Jerry Fitt, do you go along with Sir Patrick Mayhew's views there, go to the police and report it to the RUC?
No, I don't. Surely if the victim does tell the RUC, the first thing the cops say is, you must have deserved it. So I don't see the point in telling the RUC, because you only go down there, tell them, and then you're going to end up getting your bollocks knocked in again. So I think if you have done wrong, and you get a boot in the bollocks or whatever else, then accept it, because you shouldn't have done wrong in the first place.
Right, well, Dr. Paisley, do you agree with that?
Well, I sometimes wonder myself why some of these people get kneecapped. I'm sure it's not for nothing, but I'm certainly not saying that I support it. But I'm sure the paramilitaries are not going around the streets of Belfast or other parts of Northern Ireland to see who's got a nice set of knees for dismantle. These chaps obviously get into trouble breaking into houses, pilfering and whatever else they're doing, and therefore they deserve sometimes what they get, although I don't support it.
Right, well, Dr. Paisley, how do you think these beatings should be stopped? What do you think should be done to stop them?
Well, that's a $1 million question. I think you better ask Jerry Adams of this world that particular question.
Well, I don't think it's going to stop. It will continue, and I envisage an increase. And Mr. Cole, can I appeal on your programme to the following people to be in their houses tonight at 9 o'clock? Patrick McStavish, Jerry Weldon, and Finbar McConaughey. Those three chaps will be receiving a visit tonight, so they will, at 9 o'clock.
Are they going to get a beating tonight, Jerry Adams?
Well, they owe the Republican movement £5 each in dues, and if they don't have it, they may well get a beating.
Well, I take it would only be a light rap over the knuckles for the sake of a fiver.
Well, if you cross a bullet in the side of the head as a light rap over the knuckles, I think you and I have a different outlook in life.
But I think that's a bit ridiculous, Jerry Adams, that someone who doesn't pay their dues are in arrears of a £5 note each, and they're going to get a round in the side of the head. I'd hate to see what would happen if they owed you £100 each. Mr. Adams, surely you'd want all these beatings to stop before the visit of President Clinton. I take it you are looking forward to the visit.
Indeed I am. I hope the visit will help move the process forward and break the current impasse.
So you'll be talking to him about baseball, will you?
Well, why do you ask that?
Well, I believe the sport is very popular in Ballymurphy. I mean, that is judging by the number of people wandering around with baseball bats and so forth.
I hope you're not trying to imply that Sinn Féin has anything to do with punishment beatings?
No, not at all, Mr. Adams. I'm sure that as president of the Sinn Féin, or Sinn Féin, should I say, you'd have nothing to do with illegal activities. I was just wondering which team you'd support, the Andy Town Ankle Crushers or the Norglen Kneecappers.
I think we should draw a line here to this, Mr. Cole. It's not helping to move the process forward.
Right, well, Dr. Paisley, is it good news that President Clinton will be turning the Christmas tree on?
Certainly not. President Clinton couldn't turn his wife on, never mind a silly tree. As far as I'm concerned.
Right, well, Jerry fit?
Well, sure, anybody could put their finger on a switch. Jerry Adams?
Yes, even I could put my finger on a switch as well.
Fucking Mercury tilt switch. Let me tell you this here, Mr. Adams. We all would know what you're about. We all know what you're at.
I take it you wanted the Power Rangers to switch the lights on instead of President Clinton. Would that be right?
Well, I don't know about the Power Rangers putting the lights on. I wouldn't mind if Glasgow Rangers put them on. That would be very nice.
Jerry Adams, I'm sure you'd be totally against the Glasgow Rangers coming over and putting the lights on.
Well, now that Rangers are out of Europe, I'm sure they'll have plenty of time to do silly things like that.